And we are back. We have breaking news. Consumers. It has been reported around the rumor mill and by employees who wish to not be named. Ubisoft has recently canceled an Assassin's Creed game. Trust me, I know. As many of them as they put out,
Another
they
one.
canceled. Another one. But they've canceled one. And it's a little bit of a controversial, juicy piece. Reports are coming in that Ubisoft canceled a Assassin's Creed game that would have took place during the Civil War. You would have played a black man freed out of slavery, and he would have returned to the South to free more slaves and combat the forming of the KKK. The reports are saying that Ubisoft canceled this game due to the social backlash and controversial opinions people had of, I think his name was Yosuke, and Assassin's Creed Shadows. My co-host Treese, what fuck do you think of this?
So I just want to say this actually probably would have been like a good story. This probably would have been a more entertaining storyline than the last Assassin's Creed game. Let's just be honest. But I just think that this story has already been told in recent years. In Red Dead Redemption, you actually did have some run-ins with the Ku Klux Klan in that game. So, I just feel like Assassin's Creed always kind of gives the
Too little,
consumer.
too late.
Yeah, like somebody has done it. Like that with the last Assassin's Creed game, Ghost of Tsushima was already out. It was already like they had already filled that void, and then here you come, and you didn't do it just as good or better. So I kind of feel like this is the same thing, and I don't understand the whole. Apparently, this project was under the code name Project Scarlet, and I don't even really get why they're afraid of the backlash. Like, cause Red Dead 2 came out and it was fine. So I don't get the tapping shoes and trying to walk it back, because it's not like consumers haven't already kind of dealt with this type of storyline, and no one gave Rockstar any flack with the Red Dead 2. I mean, and I will say it's probably because they did it so well, and
Hmm.
I think Assassin's Creed Ubisoft looked at it and said, "Yeah, this ain't gonna cut it. This ain't gonna cut it. It's gonna look like we probably reaching. We're trying to start some controversy, and just like we did with our last Assassin's Creed game, putting stuff in there just to get some clicks and views, and not be a good game. It's probably not worth the squeeze. So I just think that is the true reason why it's canceled. And honestly, I don't know who's running Ubisoft right now, but they just need to go ahead. That hostile takeover, somebody just really need to come in there, clean house, and start fresh. I just think the company is just stale. Everything they do is stale and stiff. And it's really a shame, because I remember when the first Assassin's Creed game was announced way back when, and it was such a how do I want to say this? It was like a leader in a generation, Assassin's Creed games, and
Hmm.
now they're looked at as jokes. So it's really been a fall from grace. I feel like the storyline would have been interesting, but I don't trust them to execute it, if that makes sense. Like, so
Yeah.
it probably would have had such good potential, but their execution would have been poor and the game would have suffered regardless. So that's kind of where I'm at. But it's really interesting that this is being released, and allegedly developers that worked on this are leaking this out to the public. Yeah, I don't really know what Ubisoft got going on, but what do you think? What do you think of shoulda, woulda, coulda been?
So my take on it is, I don't know why you're afraid to go this route with a black character, whereas DLC for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you played as that one black guy who did go around saving and freeing, letting go of slaves. So this is
Oh
not their first
yeah,
forte.
dang, I forgot
But
about
my whole
that.
thing is, no one was upset or had controversial feelings because of the black character in Shadow. People were upset about it because of how you portrayed and did him. Like Ubisoft, let's not act like you all are just your hands are clean. If it's like, well, we're just trying to tell a story. No, no, no. You know what you did. You know how you did it. So somewhere along the line, someone was like, well, they get upset when we put black characters. No, 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 baby, that's not it. Admit what you did and admit how you did it. Because me personally, I would have loved this. Now, yes, you have speculation of people feeling that any type there's a colored character or a woman protagonist, oh, it's woke, but that's not the truth. It's all about how things are presented and how you dress it up. I would have loved this. This would have been something kind of in a sense how they did Mafia 3, and that protagonist was black in a racial 60s or 70s era. I can't remember
Oh,
what year
yeah, I
that
do remember that. Yeah.
yeah, Vietnam was going on. And one of the things the game was praised for, it wasn't a whole lot, but the authenticity of the world setting and the environment. It wasn't just a black protagonist and everything was just hunky dory and clean and cookie cutter. No, you had the reactions and true feeling of, hey, this is late 60s, 70s. So, yeah, I feel personally, someone along the lines was like, hey, maybe we should tune back on this because, well, one, they have milked Assassin's Creed to the bone, to the nerve. The only reason they're still called Assassin's Creed games, damn it, is for brand recognition. Because if they were called anything else, they probably would not sell. Like let's be honest. Let's be real for a second. If Assassin's Creed Valhalla was called Nordic Adventures, people are like, the fuck is that? What is this? Well, this looks interesting, but I don't know. It's a new IP. It may disappoint, but you throw the moniker Assassin's Creed on it. Oh yeah, I play a few of those that used to come out every year, like a Call of Duty. But it's interesting that they had the notion of saying, "Hey, maybe we're doing too much. Let's fall back." That's my sentiments on it. They should not act all holier than thou because it'd been too controversial. So we didn't come. We didn't. Well, if it was too controversial, then why did you even think about making it in the first place? Before it got greenlit, someone had to say like, "Hey guys, hey, that S word, it's a hot button issue." That's all I
Uh,
got for it. But
so
it's just
I
interesting. Go ahead.
I had a thought while you were talking, and what if this was in development and kind of being sketched out or whatever they did before the current United States president? Do you think the current United States president has some type of influence over this decision? Mind you,
Mm,
because Ubisoft is not a Western studio, or they're not based in America.
well, that's true.
You think
It
they
could.
would've
I
yeah.
I would get 50-50 on it. There was a lot of backlash. Well, I won't say backlash. There was controversial feelings when Far Cry 5 came out, and people felt, for one reason or another, that they were trying to make fun of America, and it wasn't political enough. When the game had nothing to do with politicalness, or the current president, who was at the time the former president of the United States, and they were just making a game, that
Yeah,
took place in America. So that's a good observation. I didn't think of that. Maybe they did feel,
it's
placing
not
it
worth
in
it.
America again when we've already had people feeling some type of way on the last game we had in America, and we're just trying to tell a story or etc. People may look at it in a broader view, saying, "Well, they're trying to say this." When so
And
that's a great
but
observation.
but Ubisoft has based a Assassin's Creed game in America like they did in the American Revolution. I think the main guy name was Connor. He was a Native American. So it's not like they've never been to America in their games. But I just thought of
True.
it when you were talking. I wanted it the well, I'm not even gonna get into it. But all of this is alleged. None of this has been confirmed by Ubisoft. So, and they probably won't confirm or deny publicly. I mean, they probably just like that their name is in the news right now for something rather than for nothing.
Oh yeah.
Because Ubisoft is
Besides,
almost,
the
yeah.
other BS things they do that makes the news. Absolutely. And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Are you not entertained?